welcome back to the podcast, everybody. Today we're going to talk about games on Switch 2 that we're very excited about.
Yes.
Put in the applause right here. Yay! How was that? Was that good?
That was great.
Thank you.
That was great.
Yep, thank you.
As good or better than Jason.
Yep.
Yeah. So what are you excited for?
Donkey Kong, for sure.
For sure?
Yeah, which is weird because I've never played a Donkey Kong game, ever. So
Ever.
not ever.
That kind of tracks, I guess. Because like Donkey Kong Country was really popular in the 90s, which you weren't present for. And then Donkey Kong 64 also in the 90s, and people kind of didn't like it as much. We had the revival with Donkey Kong Country.
Yes.
Returns, which you might have played because you did have a Wii, right?
I didn't play it, but my mom did. My mom actually really likes Donkey Kong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've got someone in your life who is a Donkey Kong fan.
Yes. She's not particularly excited about this one, though, but I think it's just because it's so different.
Yeah, well, a lot of people who are fans of like the Rare design don't really like the way that new Donkey Kong is looking. I think he actually looks fine.
I think he looks great. I love this design. I actually hated the Rare design.
Really?
I hate it. I hate it. I despise it with every fiber of my being. I'm just like, this isn't who Donkey Kong's supposed to be. Donkey Kong's a silly little guy. He does not look like a silly little guy here. He just looks mean and unapproachable.
He's kind of serious.
Yeah, he looks mean and unapproachable. And I was like, he doesn't even feel like he belongs in the Mario universe.
He definitely has the kind of energy of like dudes will just look at this and say, hell yeah.
Yeah.
For the original DK.
Yeah, for sure.
But not
I'm
you.
just... No, not me. No, I was like, unacceptable. No, it didn't even feel like a Nintendo character, but it's because it was designed by Rare. Yeah. Because for a time he wasn't. But I remember the way he looked on like the old for like the art for like the original Donkey Kong games, like the old ones, and I liked that design a lot because I'm just like, he looks so silly and so goofy.
He does.
But he doesn't look that way anymore. But this design, I think, really captures because the Rare design does have like some good parts to it, and so I think this new design does really well of combining both what it's a Miyamoto, right? And what he wanted, right? And also what they wanted over there at Rare. So
I think they did a good job, honestly. I think people are going to warm up to it. It's funny though, because I feel like I don't actually understand how most people feel, because whenever anyone talks about the design, I feel like they're saying like, hear me out, I don't like it. Or hear me out, I like it. As if like they're kind of imagining that everyone else is not on their side, whether it be that they like it or dislike it.
It definitely, for me, it feels like most people don't like it. I think
that's the vibe I get too.
I think the only person that I know so far that likes it other than me is my sister. That's it.
So you guys are locked in.
Yeah, we love this design. We like him. He looks silly and funny. He looks like he belongs. He's approachable.
The game looks like a blast.
Yeah, and the game looks great too. Like,
I've seen a lot of people say like they're worried about it. Have you seen this?
I could see people being concerned about it because it is very unlike a typical Donkey Kong game, at least from what I could tell.
Yeah, I'm not concerned for some reason. I don't think so. No. I feel like I think people's concern stems from they look at this trailer, and for some reason, even though Nintendo never shows off everything in their games in the trailer, they think that's the whole game. Right. And
I feel like it's too soon to tell.
Maybe I'm wrong. I have been wrong. I was wrong about Super Mario Wonder was one game I think I was wrong about. I thought that game was going to be unbelievable, and I really, really didn't end up liking it at all.
I love watching people play it. I thought it was a blast. I think it's funny, but oh my gosh, I can't. No, 2D Mario games are just not my forte. I like 3D more.
And, it's funny. Some people just aren't into platformers. A few of my friends are like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Platformers are hard. Can't do them.
You think Mario Wonder's hard? Is that your holdup? Because
it's
like the easiest game ever made. It's easier than Kirby.
It is easy. I think in terms of most platformers, it's easy. I feel like maybe sometimes with platformers I get bored. Maybe.
Okay.
It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it, but platformers I just can't get into. Sometimes they're hard. Like Sonic it's not your typical platformer, but it is
That's
a
true.
platformer. That's
That's
hard
true.
sometimes for me, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's not my cup of tea, but I loved watching people's like reactions to all the silly things that happen.
That is, I guess it's maybe a fun
Yeah,
game to stream if you're in the mood to kind of just let it happen.
right.
Um, this was never supposed to be a Mario Wonder thing, but I guess it's so easy, and those crazy, wacky things that happen for me prevented it from ever developing into this kind of very cohesive experience.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
the only thing that kind of you can expect from stage to stage is that there will be a wacky gimmick. And it does
Yeah,
that.
but it's like, what is the wacky gimmick?
Right, right.
What will
Very
happen?
fun from like I'm just watching someone else play it and react to it maybe. Maybe that's how I should have experienced the game, but I was kind of waiting for it to kind of build on itself, and I feel like it never really did. It never really achieved that.
I can feel that. I can feel
Yeah.
that.
So like it's just not it is not like other Mario games in that sense. And I almost wonder if they kind of
You
wonder.
almost Mario Wonder.
I almost Mario wonder if they made it slightly easier because the movie had just come out and you had a large group of children now who suddenly love
Oh,
Mario.
yes,
So I
yes.
wonder if they maybe toned down the difficulty a little bit to kind of encourage more kids to maybe just have a fun Mario time, which if it's for the kids, fine. But, I guess as
Um,
a grown ass man, it's like, oh man, it's for the kids.
yeah, definitely in terms of Mario, it's a lot easier, but I think for that it's a step in the right direction.
A
Because I
step in the right
definitely,
direction.
I definitely felt like the last couple of 2D Marios are so boring. They're so boring.
You're right. No,
They're so
like,
bland. They're all the
the,
same. You can't
yes,
tell the difference between them.
the actual game
Hmm.
was a lot of fun for the last few, but well, not New Super Mario Bros. 2. That game was actually not good. But
Mm-mm.
like New Super
Mm-mm.
Mario Bros. For the Wii U was actually a great game. But reusing the exact same art style was a mistake. And
Yes.
the one like there are positives about Wonder. I think that Wonder is beautifully animated
And the
and like it's
character like
absolutely
redesigns.
gorgeous. The character designs. I think Mario is such a huge improvement. And I also think that the music's outstanding.
Oh
I
my gosh.
listened to the soundtrack before the game even came out, like as much as they could piece together and like put on YouTube,
Mm,
like over and over. It just made me feel good.
yes.
So that's why I was kind of disappointed, I think, maybe because I built it up too much and it just wasn't my cup of tea.
Yeah.
But Donkey Kong,
But
maybe it is
yeah,
our cup of tea.
but that's also what I'm talking about too. Is like I think
Hmm.
this is a good step in the right direction
For his design.
for that
Yeah.
too. Yeah, and not just in design. I'm thinking almost it has like the same energy that I feel like Super Mario Odyssey does. It's very similar.
Oh,
Do you
I
see
picked
that
up on
too?
that. Yeah, I picked up
Yeah,
on that right away. That's actually got a few people concerned because
really.
people were kind of, yeah, because it's so similar and there are so many new ideas here that it starts to feel like,
Hmm.
oh, are we not getting a Mario game for a
Yeah, I was
while?
like, is this
Yeah.
is this a Donkey Kong game or is this a Mario game? Because now I'm confused.
It's a
Yes.
Donkey Kong game for
Yeah.
sure, but it's probably being made by mostly the people who worked on Mario Odyssey, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Any other games you're looking forward to on Switch 2?
Let's talk about Kirby Air Ride.
Yeah. Kirby Air
Yes.
Ride, something we're kind of notoriously, or I guess I should say I'm kind of notoriously just neutral with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Um,
And it's because it's not really to do with the game. It's not the game's fault. It's more just that they should have picked a different way to reveal it, I think, because
mm,
like 2 of the 3 Switch 2 exclusive games that they showed off were racing games. And it's kind of like that's a little weird. Like if since there's no date on Kirby Air Riders, wouldn't it make sense to maybe hold on to that just a little bit longer, or is it just because you wanted to use Masahiro Sakurai's name in the presentation?
that, and I also feel like they needed more incentive for people to buy it. to buy the Switch 2, I think.
But you're really excited and you're not getting it right away.
No, I'm not. Definitely, it's not enough incentive, but I feel like if they didn't announce it, they definitely didn't have enough incentive. Yeah. But I feel like it's just, they're like, this is what we have. We're going to build hype for it.
Yeah.
It's probably coming out a lot sooner than maybe we think it will.
You think so? You think this would come out like, this is year one for sure, you think?
I anticipate probably late year one, yeah.
Okay, so like holiday season.
Yeah, I think it'll be a holiday game.
Okay.
But it was still a game that I think that they have enough of, that they're like, it's like we've only got like, so there was like Mario Kart World, or and then Donkey Kong Bonanza, right?
Yes.
And then they're like, what else? What else do we have? I mean, they've got the new Metroid as well.
The new Metroid, it's just, since we've known about Metroid Prime 4 is one of those forever projects that they like had to restart completely. So it's like,
I felt terrible for that.
People are excited for it, but it's not like a new hype thing that you can bring into your new console and expect people to buy it. So I think they needed, honestly, just for that presentation, probably 2 more big announcements. And I don't know why they chose not to show them off, because I'm pretty sure they're going to show us more before the end of the year.
Yes.
But yeah, did you play the first Air Ride?
I did not, and that's why I'm really excited about this one, because I was like, I like Kirby.
Are you excited about Tomodachi Life?
Thank you. That's the other one.
Oh,
yes.
Okay,
Thank you for reminding me. Thank you for reminding me about that.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm so excited because I did play the one on the 3DS.
Okay, so you actually have played it.
I have
played. The way
played.
Jason was describing it to me, he said that a lot of people in Discord servers that he were aware of treated the first one as like some mystical game. Like,
it is mystical. It's magical. It's a magical
I remember
game.
when it came out. I didn't play it myself, but I was a very like prominent part of someone else's Tomodachi Life, so I got frequent updates.
Excellent!
You know what I mean?
I wish I was that person.
What?
I said I wish I would have been that person. The person who got the updates.
Like someone.
I wish there was somebody else who's like, oh my gosh, this is happening, and you're involved, and I'm like, oh, tell me more, spill the tea.
I loved when they announced it, though. I still remember that Nintendo Direct where they had like Reggie and Bill Trenton. Do you watch Nintendo Directs usually?
When I was younger, I used to watch them all the time. It was like the highlight. I would watch them all the time.
I still watch.
And they had like Reggie and Bill Trenton, and they were always doing silly stuff. And but yeah, I remember those two. Oh, those were the days. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, it's sad to think like those. I mean, Bill Trenton's still there, but it is kind of sad that Reggie's been gone for some time now.
Yeah, and Bill Trenton's kind of like dissipated from like.
You're right. I don't like Doug Bowser. You know what? I'm just gonna say it.
You know what? I agree.
I don't like that guy.
Not a real fan.
He seems sleazy.
He's just very like nothing burger of a guy.
Yeah, every appearance he's made, he's just like, I don't feel like he's being his true self. Whereas like Reggie was Reggie. And this guy is very reserved, and I feel like he's just trying to come off as kind of a generic, likable guy. And I have absolutely no basis for this really, other than vibe. But I look at that guy, I'm like, there's some dark shit going on. Like this guy is not.
He's a shady guy.
He's a shady guy.
Yeah.
Doug Bowser's a shady guy. This is the reason
his last name is Bowser.
Yeah, well, the Bowser connection was kind of just like. That had to help him in the process of getting selected.
Oh, absolutely it did. Yeah, everybody was just like, oh, that's so funny. The president of Nintendo's last name is Bowser, It's like, that should have been foreshadowing. Like, something's going on. Something dark is happening.
Right.
It has not been the same, man. Like, Wii U era was very different time.
We all miss Iwata. Were you very aware of who Iwata was?
Oh my god, I was completely destroyed when I found the news. Yeah. I was like devastated because I was like, I love that guy. Who's going to be in my E3s now? But
I know,
no, but
for real.
It was,
E3 was
more
dying.
than that though, because like,
Well, yeah, he had such a good positive energy, and honestly, I think the older gentleman who I think his name was Kimishima, who replaced him for a while, I actually liked him.
Yes.
He kind of seemed like kind of that old wise dude at the company who was like, all right, you'll steer the ship while we look for another replacement. I think he did a fantastic job. And when they brought in the other guy who's the current CEO of Nintendo of Japan, I think his name is Furukawa.
Furukawa, yeah.
I don't like that guy very much.
You don't like his vibes either?
Well, his vibes are like he's just a businessman. I don't feel like...
I think that's how it is too. They're both with him and with Doug Bowser. It's just like they don't like they don't see this as like a passion of theirs. This is
they're like looking in at what they think gaming is. They didn't like grow up kind of like in it as much. This is just an assumption, but
but it's what it feels like.
Like, you know, Iwata's first thing he said when he came on stage, like his like quote about the business card and how he's in his heart he's a gamer and stuff.
Yeah, I remember something like that. And I don't remember the specifics of it, but yes, I do remember.
Yeah, he starts out by saying like, you know, on my business card, I'm a like corporate president. And then he goes and has another level, like something about being a developer. I don't even know the full quote, but then he ends, but in his heart, he's a gamer. But with this guy, Furukawa, it's on my business card, I'm a corporate president. And the quote just ends.
And the quote's
that's all he is. He's like literally, he doesn't show up really ever. It's sad because the Wii U was such a slump for Nintendo, but it was one of the best times to be a fan. Because you know, they were clawing and scratching. They were releasing new games with like innovative ideas. Like, I feel like they're always best when their back's against the wall. And then I liked everyone that was there. Like, I really miss Iwata. I really do.
Yeah. Yeah. It has not been the same.
It's not the same.
For sure. Yeah. And I think I feel like, do you feel like maybe if all those prevalent people were still there, like this whole Switch 2 fiasco would even be a thing in the first place?
I don't, honestly.
I don't think so
I think all of the issues, like if you remove like the concerns about maybe it's going to cost a lot more to get imported goods because we don't really know what's happening with tariff type stuff from the equation, a lot of Nintendo's wounds right now are self-inflicted, and a lot of them are just kind of greed-driven decisions. And I shouldn't say greed, that's not really the right term. They're just business decisions, but they were always, and they've always kind of been a little bit litigious. Like,
but I've always heard it when I was a kid too.
It's not the same. Like, Iwata wouldn't have done a lot of these things for sure.
He wouldn't have allowed it.
He wouldn't have allowed it. He would have put his foot down. Also, just the fact that the Switch 1 does have a lot of similarities, and it's kind of like, I wonder if they'll ever be able to have just a whole home console ever again. Really, like, it kind of feels like out of the question. Really, it feels like
one
they're
as pure as like the Wii.
Well, yeah, like the Wii, the GameCube, the N64.
Yeah,
you know, they had always separated it out before, and at this point. Even though I kind of want to say in my head that like you never really know what to expect for the future, it does kind of feel like you can't go back. At least not unless I guess there is a chance that there could be a home console like only Nintendo system in the future, but it would have to be like the Switch is then just their main handheld thing, and then they have like an ultra beefy desktop only Switch.
Yeah.
But I kind of don't think that's maybe for the Switch 3. Who knows?
Do you think they're going to call it that, Switch 3?
Well, it's funny.
It's like the Wii and the Wii U, and then they move on. You know, they're like Valve. They don't do 3s.
I think they would be, yeah, right. You know the memes. I think that it would be wise of them to have a new brand after the Switch.
I think so too.
I think it's going to work for them, the Switch 2. I'm a Switch 2, like, I don't want to say believer, even though I guess you could describe me that way. No, enthusiast isn't the right word, because I haven't really held it and I don't really know yet.
Yeah.
But I do think it's going to be very successful for them. Some people think that it can't reach anywhere close to the Switch 1. I think that this is going to be a success. I don't know that they could do it a third time and have it again be a success. I'm not sure.
No.
I feel like they always kind of have a unique flavor, and if they totally lose that, it's just going to kind of be a sad time for gamers and gaming in general.
Yeah, there's only so much you can do, and, you can't just keep adding little things and being like, look, a new thing, Yeah. But I think it just, Nintendo's always been about, like, innovating and doing different things. That's, like, kind of their whole thing. So
it is.
Like, the bad ending would be just another Switch, but with a couple of other things,
Yeah, and that's kind of what the Switch 2 is, but I think the reason I'm actually still quite excited for it is just that I feel like it's doing everything so much better than the Switch 1.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it actually feels more competitively powered. It feels like the screen is actually much nicer from the get-go. The way the controllers come in and out is much more elegant, and I think going to be less prone to like I can just pop my Joy-Con right off of the system without even pressing the button. And I feel like the magnets is just an elegant, kind of beautiful solution.
Yes. Yeah, I kind of like, I mean, my Switch is still pretty good, but I have noticed lately the whatever it is that connects the Joy-Cons to the screen, it's starting to kind of slowly give. So sometimes I gotta click it back in. I have noticed that, but that's also that's me having that since 2020. I've had the Switch for a while.
So you got it a little bit after launch, a few years after launch then.
Yes, this particular one. We had a family Switch. The one that I have is a gift. Because my parents were like, thank you for keeping care of your brother and your sister during COVID. Happy early birthday. Here's a Switch. You can play Animal Crossing with us.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's how I got it.
And I still did play a lot of, we complained a little bit earlier about Animal Crossing New Horizons.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I still had fun. Still had, I actually have a video on my channel that about my island.
Really?
Yeah, I do. But yeah, I was about to say, like, you probably didn't see it because it's one of the least viewed videos on my channel. And I actually delete my island in the video.
Oh no! Yeah. Oh, I should watch that. I should
had
watch
about 400 hours, 450 hours or so on that island, and something happened in that never happened in New Leaf, and it's part of why I don't like the game as much. It was done. Like, I beat it basically.
Yeah.
Meaning, like, I fully completed.
You don't think you could beat Animal Crossing? But...
yeah. Like, I complained a little bit because I would hop in. And there would be absolutely nothing to do. Like, nothing was changing because there wasn't even a place for a weed to grow in my town. Like,
weeds didn't even grow.
100% designed, and, like, I made it that way, but it was just kind of sad because I feel like they added all these cool building mechanics that were a lot of fun, but it was kind of, they sacrificed some of the personality of the villagers. I feel like a lot of villagers they would read me the same lines way more than they ever did in New Leaf.
You know what also has really good individual character dialogue is the app.
Pocket Camp.
Pocket Camp. Yeah, I played a little bit of Pocket Camp, and, like, oh my gosh, like, it feels like every character is written differently. They don't just have archetypes and a bunch of dialogue.
Yeah.
It feels like every character has their own thing. It's so weird, but I like it a lot.
Well, it's good for that app, and it was kind of weird that app was going through, like, a phase of maybe dying off for a little bit, and then they brought it back.
Yeah.
Well, they brought it back in, like, a paid version. It was weird.
Yeah, I did get the paid version. I never played the live version. Well, I did. I played it, like, on launch day. And I was just like, this is really cool, but, like, it wasn't really my thing because I don't really play mobile games all that much.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah.
But it was when I asked if you found it frustrating, I found it frustrating that app was getting support and had excellent characters and, like, constant new things, and they just let New Horizons die. And that's the real game.
A lot of people were like, why is the app better than this game?
It's just
like, characters are interacting with props. Like, they're, like, full on interacting. Like, they'll put down a swimming pool and people will be in the swimming pool.
Yeah. Doesn't happen.
You don't have that. It's like you couldn't even port some of the animations over. Like, not even that. Like,
and they just stopped all new content.
And the furniture is so much more interesting too.
Yeah.
That was my other thing. I felt like the furniture was so boring. They don't have sets anymore in the other one. Yeah, man, I could complain about Animal Crossing New Horizons all day, but at the end of the day, I'll still be like, yeah, but I had fun with it. I mean, it was fun. I liked it. I liked the terraforming. Terraforming was good.
Because I did actually have a blast, and honestly, since so many people were playing it, it was the most social Animal Crossing has ever been for me. Because like New Leaf, I went over to like a few people's towns, but it was more of a personal experience. Yeah. And then New Horizons you
went to your
was
friend's
social.
town.
Yeah. Oh, we were all, and then like it was funny. Did you use Nookazon at all?
No, I didn't, but my mom did.
I used it all the time, and when I got bored with the game towards the end, I remember I started hiring people to come draw on my bulletin board. Like I was commissioning Animal Crossing art with like bells and turnips.
That's amazing.
And that was really cool. And I remember one thing that happened that made me uncomfortable though was I hired they had like weed cleaning services. I was like, oh, that sounds funny. And I booked someone to come basically clean up for me. And it felt weird. First of all, right when they got there, they put on the maid outfit. I'm like, uh-oh, this is not... to clean up all the weeds. And like, what am I going to do except walk around with them? And so it's just like, hey, like I'm not like barking orders. They're just like, I'm like, this is just weird.
Yeah, it does.
But I remember I tried to do art for a few people and I had fun. I think I tried to do several other things. Oh, I did island tours. You could book tours and have people come and you kind of show them around your island. Like that stuff never happened in New Leaf. So I think for Switch 2, the dream would be for an Animal Crossing to come out and just kind of have all of that online goodness already baked in, but then to also have the depth of New Leaf so you can still have that personal experience, and then to maybe not have every part of the island be customizable. I thought I heard a meow.
Yeah, it's my old cat, Rijik, the old one.
Nice.
Yep. Meep. What? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I 100% agree. Because there definitely are perks. I think combining what was so good about New Leaf, and then combining what was so good about New Horizons would be awesome for a new
Pocket Camp.
Animal
Honestly,
Crossing.
they could take some of the things from Pocket Camp.
And Pocket Camp, yeah. Like I really love again the character individuality in the game. It's like my favorite. It's just like and in the loading screens they would have like a little fun fact about all the characters, and you're just like you would never get that in any of the other ones.
Yeah, and the loading screens are pretty lengthy in New Horizons, honestly. Like
my god, yeah, that was my other thing.
They could improve the online because whenever anyone would leave or whatever, you'd be stuck on an island for like take 2 steps. Oh my god, someone else is coming.
Oh my gosh, yes. And then especially, because they increase the amount of people that can come over. 8 people. You're just like, sometimes it would take like maybe 20 minutes for everybody to be in the island.
It was stressful.
And I was like, thank God that they added they have the thing where you can just send everybody off in one trip.
Yeah.
Like,
all right,
thank
bye,
God.
guys.
But send everybody off and you only have to wait like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was terrible. That was the thing that my mom was she's waiting to get a Switch 2 as well for a new Animal Crossing. Yeah.
You see,
that's what she wants.
That's why I think those are 2 really good picks for like if you could have 2 games that would bring a lot of people who bought a Switch 1 who maybe wouldn't have normally bought a Switch 1. Because I feel like a lot of people over COVID did buy it for Animal Crossing. That game was way more popular than anyone had projected it to be.
Yeah.
Drop that new Animal Crossing and drop Splatoon for the diehard fans, and I feel like this system's going to be absolutely popping off in December.
Yeah, the system's going to, it's going to be just fine. It's going to do,
You throw in like a Zelda remake as well, and it's over.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting it.
Yep.
Assuming they can produce enough, but yeah.
I'm also expecting that I might not even get it right away anyway, because like kind of like with the first Switch is that it was just constantly like out of stock. Constantly.
Yeah, it was hard to get one.
Yeah. I even heard news that like Nintendo came out and was like, we don't have enough Switches or Switch 2s. We do not have enough.
That happened in Japan. It's true. They kind of ran out of their first party stock. The issue with us is we got 1 out of 2 required Nintendo Switches. And I was banking on the second Switch coming from Nintendo directly, because you could, like, I signed up for their thing to like the pre-order thing on their website, because they've never sold like their hardware directly. But they said there were requirements, and it was first come, first served based on if you had 50 hours of gameplay on the Switch, and if you were like how long your membership had been. And I was a member from day one.
Yeah. Oh, you got to be a diehard if you want to.
Yeah, but I never got the email. I did eventually get an email. It's like, hey, you're still in the queue, but you can't buy one yet. And I was like, all right, thanks for the update. You know, I got a little excited when I saw the Nintendo email, but all right.
Yeah. That's a bummer.
Honestly, it's expensive to have 2 anyway. And so it probably makes more sense for me and my broke ass to have 1 for the time being. But it would be fun. I don't know. We'll see how things play out. Maybe miracles happen every now and then.
I feel like as a streamer, it would be important for me to have that.
Oh,
like,
that would be really
possible.
hype, actually.
Yeah, right. Like
yeah, true.
Because then everybody's gonna be playing the Switch 2 stuff. Everyone's gonna everybody that's streaming or everybody that makes video game content is gonna have the Switch 2.
The FOMO must be strong.
Yeah, the FOMO is very strong, yeah.
Plus, Mario Kart, perfect game to play with your audience, especially now that it goes up to 24. Imagine playing with everybody. Oh my gosh. I kind of want you to get a Switch 2 now.
Yeah, I know, I would really like to. I was like, but I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, you know, there's not gonna be enough stuff on there anyway. I've got a surgery coming up, and I'm like, I'm not even gonna have enough money. So like, I'm just like, it's probably not gonna happen immediately, but it will happen, just not right away, unfortunately.
I believe that it will.
I believe it will.
Anyway, thanks for coming.
Yes, you're so welcome.
That was super fun. I think it went pretty well.
Yeah, we're a bunch of chatty Cathy's.
Yeah, make sure to like and subscribe and check out Cecily. I forgot how do you actually say it? Cecily Polichinell's
Yay!
streaming channel.
Yeah,
I'm in the chat sometimes, so come say hi.
Yeah.